The little boy had end-stage leukemia, meaning this would be his last ever Christmas on this planet, and I had managed to mess it up for the family. I had lost their package. I felt sick to my stomach. This in particular was the package that I could not have afforded to mess up, and I had just done that. It was a few days before Christmas, and I found myself navigating the delivery truck through rain-soaked streets, delivering joy in brown boxes. I'd taken up a temporary gig to earn some extra holiday cash. I was assigned to a New York neighborhood, the air tinged with the anticipation of the holiday season. My delivery truck stood ready, a mobile Santa's sleigh packed with 826 deliveries waiting to be unwrapped by eager recipients. As I navigated through the lively streets, each package held the promise of joy. With each delivery, I felt the transformation, like Santa Claus himself weaving through the city. There was an undeniable magic in being the harbinger of happiness. As the day progressed, the sheer volume of deliveries didn't dampen the joy. Instead, it fueled the spirit of the season. I wove through the New York neighborhood like a modern-day Santa, each stop bringing me closer to the realization that, in that moment, I was an essential part of making Christmas wishes come true. I was now down to my final 100 deliveries. I turned onto a narrow street and brought the truck to a halt. A woman approached, her anxiety visible. "Do you have anything for us, please?" she inquired, pointing towards her house with a sense of urgency. I checked through my list carefully. "I'm sorry. There's only one package on this street, and that's for the house next door," I replied apologetically. She looked devastated. "What's inside, if you don't mind me asking?" "A Santa suit," she said. "My husband is gearing up to put it on come Christmas Eve. We wanted to make this Christmas exceptionally memorable for our son. He's very sick." She began to share the reason behind her desperation. Her voice quivered as she spoke about her son battling leukemia. Her little boy had end-stage leukemia, meaning this would be his last ever Christmas on this planet. So, there I was, standing on the doorstep, feeling the weight of this family's heavy story. I decided to double-check my list, and soon it hits me like a ton of bricks. I had delivered the package to the wrong address. I felt sick to my stomach. I had managed to mess it up for the family. I had lost their package. This in particular was the package that I could not have afforded to mess up. And I had just done that. According to my records, I had delivered the package to the right street, but the wrong address. It turned out that the house belonged to a retired couple who now lived in Spain. There was no phone number, and I could see no way to fix it. For the next 3 hours, as I continued making deliveries, my mind was consumed by the lost package. Throughout, I prayed for a magical intervention. As the evening approached, I decided to make one more turn to the empty house where I had delivered the wrong package. I couldn't believe my eyes. There was a car parked on the driveway. After a few minutes, a woman emerged from the car, and I sprinted over, urgently inquiring about the missing package. She had just happened to be pulling in to check on her friend's house, a surge of hope. Moments later, I held the long-lost box, ready to deliver the missing piece of Christmas magic. With the rediscovered package clutched tightly in my hands, I made my way over to the boy's house as fast as I possibly could. My heart raced, fueled by a mix of urgency and hope, knowing that this simple box contained the key to making a young boy's last Christmas on Earth worthwhile. When the boy's mother realized the package had been retrieved, her eyes widened with a mixture of astonishment and relief. In that instance, a heavy burden seemed to lift. Her tender smile graced her lips as she realized that, against the odds, the missing Santa suit had been recovered just in time for her son's special Christmas Eve. Just then, a little boy, his face fragile yet angelic, appeared at the door. His mother introduced me as the man who brought the important package. The boy looked up and said, "Thank you, mister." As the boy retreated back into the warmth of his home, the mother turned to me, her eyes still shimmering with tears, and whispered, "Thank you." Although I never learned the fate of the beautiful little boy, the connection forged in that fleeting encounter stayed with me. It taught me several lessons, too. It was a huge reminder of life's fragility. It made me cherish every moment and appreciate the people around me. It was a lesson in hope and never giving up. Had I not kept hope and made that final turn to check on the empty house, I would not have retrieved the package. And it also taught me to find joy amidst the challenges. Despite the boy's illness, his family aimed to make Christmas special. They tried to find joy even in the face of tremendous adversity,